I think many of us in the audience must be wondering why we are talking about beyond 2015. So just to take you back why this discussion is started, I will take you back to United Nations Conference on Environment held at Stockholm in 1972. Only two head of delegates, one was Prime Minister of India and one was the Prime Minister of Sweden. They participated in 1972 Stockholm Conference. So at that time, environmental issues were getting felt by the humanity, and international community thought that we should talk about environment. It took 20 years when the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development was organized in 1992 at Rio de Janeiro, and it was almost 156 head of state or head of governments participated. Our Prime Minister Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao represented the country. So in 20 years we realized for protection of environment, development is very important. Then again it took 10 years when United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, now the buzzword became Sustainable Development, which is socio-economic and environmental, all three pillars together, that was held in Johannesburg in 2002. 2005, these Millennium Development Goals were formalized by United Nations, and the target was by next 10 years, that is by 2015, these goals should be fulfilled. So these 17 goals, what my colleague Sumesh has told and previous speakers also discussed about that. So they have been implemented by various governmental and intergovernmental, non-governmental agencies, and different countries have achieved different successes. Now, when we talk about cities, when we talk about urban areas, a country like India, I would say 10 issues are very important. Give it any name, call it a smart city, call it vibrant city, call it by any name. First is efficient infrastructure. It's sine qua non, development of roads, flyovers, public transport, GIS-based regional urban planning, all these things could be put under this head. Second issue which is very important is clean and green environment. It starts with Swachh Bharat campaign, solid waste management, zero landfill for waste, and any number of initiatives which could be taken under this subhead. Third issue, which all of us are aware, is efficient use of energy, that is including solar energy, what Ms. Gopal mentioned about various options. It could be solar rooftop, it could be any other options where we can tap renewable and new sources of energy. Now, all these things could only be achieved if we have increased people's participation. So long the citizen feels apathetic that it is somebody else's responsibility, it is government's responsibility, it is the urban or rural local body's responsibility, we can't achieve the goals. So we should have the mechanism, call it networking, call it by any name, where increased people's participation is assured in all day-to-day activities and decision making. Fifth point according to me is accountability. I am calling it accountability of government officials, because unless we have a system of making everybody accountable, things would not improve. So whatever job we are supposed to do, we should be accountable and answerable to that. So this element has to be introduced in our governance structure. Sixth point, I consider it very, very important, is to have a city with a soul, where care and safety for women is ensured, elderly people, people with special needs are taken care of. I mean, sometimes you wonder that if one physically fit person also, whether he or she is a pedestrian, finds it so difficult to navigate through the cities. Think about a visually challenged person and all those things. So city should have a soul. Unless city has a soul, all our so-called progress development is meaningless. In this direction, we can also achieve service level benchmarking, which various urban local bodies in the country, they have started doing, but still we have a long way to go, and we should imbibe for the international best practices, although our aims, our approaches may be different. The next point in my list comes housing for all and slum-free city plan of action, which is basic requirement, basic dignity for an individual, for a citizen to live in that. How to achieve all these things, because these needs financial resources, these needs human resources. So we have to evolve a model where development has to pay for itself. There are a number of initiatives taken by different agencies, different local bodies, but still we have a long way to go. Now I will take you back to what is famously known as Mirabilis matrix, where any urban area is decided on the matrix of 3 parameters in terms of rows and in terms of columns. I start with livability, and hardware required for it is good quality housing and amenities. Software required for livability, social networks and interactions creating urban buzz. Third aspect is governance, where safety and enforcement of law is supreme. Second row in my matrix is economic competitiveness. Unless the city and urban environment is economically competitive in terms of transportation and communication units, in terms of quality of office and commercial spaces, that is the hardware which is needed for a city to be competitive. In terms of software, is clustering of human capital, ability to attract talent, social cultural openness. Unless a city is open, it can't attract the best talent around the world. When we come to governance, reasonable tax rates, efficient governance structures are very, very important. The third and last row in the matrix is ecological footprint. In terms of hardware, it translates into public transport, densities, green spaces, waste management, energy efficiencies, and in terms of software, environmental consciousness, sustainable lifestyle in terms of sustainable consumption and production patterns. Governance would lead to improved air and water quality and sustainable practices. So some of these aspects we should need to imbibe in our day-to-day activities. And for concluding, I would say that we have to remove artificial boundaries. We have far spent so much time in terms of rural people, urban people, this class, that class. So we have to remove artificial boundaries, and it should be development and sustainable development for one and all. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
There are 2 components. One is the maintaining the road, beautification, greenery, etc. That is separate. The other one is on the exact function of this work.